Rise and shine, wild ones. It's Bernadette. I'm here with your Pick a Card Tarot reading for Sunday, January 3rd, 2021. Not gonna lie, this could be a little bit of an emotional reading. I had to gather myself a bit before I could get rid of the red eyes and at least some of the puffiness under my eyes and get on camera for you guys today, because today's card is the dog. Now, of course, that fills my little pea-picking heart with joy and love and all the things that, dogs bring into our lives. However, just a few days ago, I don't know if you guys saw the story, but in Atlanta, a fella named Keith Walker, a homeless fella, saw the shelter where he shelters his dog overnight. It was burning. It was burning to the ground and full of smoke and on fire. And that old boy rushed in and he saved 16 animals all by himself. All by himself. Why that makes me emotional is I lived in California for a while, long while actually. And the attitude about the homeless population out there, and if you've never been to see the actual homeless quarter, it was like the first time that I went into Mexico. And, it was supposed to be a lot of fun. We were going into Mexico and, we were going to Tijuana. We were going to have some tequila and try to stay safe and hit all the markets down there and zippity-zip back. Well, we decided we were going to take a taxi on down to, I don't know, near some coast that I don't remember the name of now. And, Tijuana is Tijuana. It's, it is what it is. But when you pass through where you have to go to get to the coast, you will see poverty like you have never seen poverty in your life. And when you go to the quarter in Los Angeles, where there is the biggest homeless population, you'll see things you don't ever want to see. And the other thing that it reminded me of, because this fellow's homeless and has been since he was 16, and he's just got this crazy tragic background. And yes, I understand he's old enough to make choices, and I get that. But, things are what they are sometimes in someone's life. But I had a fiance one time that was dying of brain cancer, and he didn't have a pot to piss in. And he was my fiance at one time, and then we had been apart for a long, long time. And in California, well, in Los Angeles, there is a hospital there way, way, way on the other side of LA, and it caters to, people without papers and homeless and, just really poverty stricken. And I understand now why Dante wrote the 7 levels of hell. I really absolutely, the Inferno. I get it. And ironically, my fiance's name was Dante, an amazing comic. Now, is that meant to start today off on, a negative footing? No, absolutely it is not. Certainly, I'm your biggest cheerleader, you guys, and I'm the one that's always perky, but there are some times that so many synchronicities start piling up that you've got to take a look at it. And there have been so many, just so many, just messages about rescuing animals, the people that do the work that the hero, the unsung heroes that you never hear of, the most unlikely heroes. To me, just because, this old boy, Keith is his name. Yes, is that right? Yes, correct, Keith. Mr. Walker is not an unlikely hero to me. I don't care if he's pink with purple polka dots and got 10 horns sticking out of his head and either lives in a mansion in Beverly Hills or some other place, or he lives in, up the street near the creek. I don't care. But there is the words heroism kept coming to me this morning while I was asking the animal allies to tell me about, this card for you guys today, because, the symbolism of dogs is pretty easy. It's about love, loyalty, home and hearth, protecting it, unconditional love. We're done. And it's not that simple, right? If you're really taking a real look at what it means for you, when dog comes up, this dog just happened to be a really amazing picture of a really beautiful dog, and reminds me of a dog I had when I was a kid named Lady, who was as close to, an Australian Shepherd as I was ever going to get. And this dog hated to see cats fight. Oh my gosh, she would go crazy. consequently, I told y'all we lived in a trailer in the middle of the woods, which is true. And one day I heard barking, 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 and I heard all these scratches on the top of our trailer, and I was like, what? So I go out and I'm looking around and I look up and there's Lady on top of the trailer. I was like, how did you get up there? So I'm like, Mom! She comes running. She's like, yeah. So Lady had what we figured out, because when we called her, we were going to get her to come to the edge of the trailer. Mom put up a ladder. Mom was going to pick up the dog and hand me the dog. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Lady skittered out on an oak tree. We had humongous oak trees out where I lived. And one of those oak trees had a big old branch an enormous branch that went over the trailer on that side. Oh no. Lady jumped on that. She jumped on that branch and she said, skitter, 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 down, down, down. And in the crook of the tree, it was really interesting. It was the divine triad. There was a ginormous trunk, and then one big branch jutted out this way, and another branch jutted out this way, and another branch jutted out this way. And she just went skitter, skitter, skitter down there. And then she stood right there in the crook of the tree and was like, hey, are we playing? What's going on? And then she jumped off, and my mom and I were just like, boop, boop. So of course, dog wanted to be, in the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck, but this dog in particular is such a reminder that we can do the things that people don't expect us to do. They don't expect us to understand. They don't expect us to know. They just don't expect. And like with this fella, I know, because I watched the Twitter feeds, I watched the social media about this guy, of people that were absolutely astonished because he's homeless. And oh, by the way, he's black. They were astonished that he helped these animals. That they were astonished didn't astonish me. It hurt me deeply. And now, I'm not stupid, y'all. I get how people are. Truly, I do. But come on. I mean, do I have to start saying it's 2021? Isn't this nonsense over with? And so today is about you doing what people don't expect you to do. To be your own hero. To do the things that you don't even expect yourself to be able to do. I told you this was going to be emotional because, there were a lot of times in our life when I was a kid, I'd hear my mom crying at night. She was terrified we were going to be homeless. We only had one person to turn to. That was my grandma. And she was already there helping out. So if we couldn't afford the trailer payment or the land payment or the whatever payment, there were no places. I'm 54 years old. When I was 10 years old, there weren't places for people to go when they were poor. You lived however you lived. That was it. And a single mom with 2 kids, oh, good Lord. So that just brought up a whole bunch of stuff, and it just brought up I know what it's like to be a person that people don't expect anything out of. You're fat, you're poor, you got acne, you're not the sharpest knife in the drawer, all of those things that mount up against you, except for you. And that's it. So today you're going to be your own dog. That's it. You are going to be your own dog. You are going to love yourself unconditionally. You are going to be loyal to yourself. You are going to make this vessel the most valuable, priceless hearth and home you have ever imagined in your life. And you're going to walk out into this world at the beginning of this year, and you're going to do whatever the hell you want to do. I don't care if you've never told anybody it. I don't care if it's a secret you've even been keeping from yourself. You can do it. It doesn't matter what others think of you. It surely does not. It doesn't. I don't even have to go into the whole it doesn't matter what color, what race. You know that already. I know that you know that. But you may have been keeping secrets from yourself. Every week I talk to people, and one of my biggest questions is, you're so unhappy. What do you want in your life that you think you don't have, or that you truly don't have, that you truly want? And they'll look around like they're looking for cameras, or I'm recording them or something, and they'll lean forward and they'll go, well, I really have always wanted to be whatever it is. Y'all, it can be something as simple as a pastry chef. It can be something as like, well, I always dreamed I could be an astronaut, but I'm 60 years old now. Okay. You probably aren't going to be an astronaut, but what else could you do that could get you closer to it? Make no mistake. Bernadette would have her backyard filled. I really would be the Ark. I really would be Dr. Doolittle. Oh, yes, I would. But that's not reasonable for me at this age. It's just not. And so I make it my business when stupid COVID pandemic nonsense is going on. I make it my business to go to as many animal anythings as I can haul myself to, and haul my good friend who, goes along with me on, on these knucklehead adventures, and that's what I do. But not that you have to be like me, but what I'm saying is, like this old boy Keith Walker who rushed into this burning building. Now, maybe this brings up other stuff for me because I went through volunteer fire college when I was a kid. We lived in the dang woods and there was an arsonist back there. And a mobile home at that time will go down in 7 minutes. If you start fire to a double wide at the time when I was growing up, I don't know what they've done now for fire safety or whatever, but that was it. Your home was incinerated in 7 minutes, and we were terrified. So we put together, the fellas in the neighborhood put together a volunteer fire department, and they wrote to the state of Florida and got special permission for me to go to fire college because I was only 16. And I know what fear is. I know what rushing into a burning building looks like, smells like, feels like. It is scary. And Mr. Walker said, he cited, what does he say? What he says is, I was nervous as hell. I'm not going to lie. I was really scared to go in there with all that smoke, but God put me there to save those animals. Now, I don't use the G word here. Not that I don't believe in one. I believe in lots of them. And I believe in you because I believe you're part of God. And what I believe is you have shown up for you today. You have put yourself here today to be your own hero, to rescue yourself from whatever burning building is around you. Metaphorically, literally, it doesn't matter. The point is you're going to be your own hero. Let me say it again. Today is the day that you're going to think and start and act and walk and talk and be your own hero. You're going to do the heroic things in your own life that other people, including yourself, don't think you would do, could do, and that's that. So, I'm not going to be flip and say, so I hope you enjoyed this reading today, but I do hope that it means something to you because I believe in you, and I'm telling you now the animal allies believe in you. No matter who you are, no matter what you've done, no matter what you've not done, no matter, it doesn't matter. They believe in you, and anybody can come back from anything. You can come back from the most unfortunate circumstances, even if you've created those circumstances all on your very own. You can. That's just it. So today, be your own dog. I love you guys very much. You know I always stay wild. I always have a big smile when I say it, but don't mistake me. I really mean it. And so today I'm going to sign off with, be your own hero and do everything in your power to stay wild.